Have you ever noticed that one person? The one sitting quietly in the corner while everyone else is laughing? The one eating lunch alone, walking alone, or simply watching the world go by? Most people assume they're lonely. But what if they're not? What if solitude isn't a punishment, but a choice? Because not everyone finds peace in a crowd. Some people have spent years trying to fit into conversations that never understood them. They smiled at jokes they didn't find funny, pretended to enjoy company that left them feeling even more alone. And one day, they realized something powerful. Being surrounded by people doesn't always mean you're connected. Sometimes the loudest place is the loneliest. There comes a point when silence becomes more comforting than meaningless conversations. Not because they hate people, but because they value peace more than noise. The world often tells us that happiness means being social, that the more friends you have, the happier you should be. But life doesn't work that way. A person can have hundreds of contacts in their phone and still feel empty inside. Another can sit alone under the evening sky and feel completely at peace. Because peace doesn't come from the number of people around you. It comes from the quality of your relationship with yourself. People who enjoy being alone are often misunderstood. They're called antisocial, arrogant, cold, but many of them simply protect their energy. They've learned that not every conversation deserves their attention. Not every invitation deserves a yes. And not every relationship deserves a place in their life. Solitude teaches lessons that crowds never can. It forces you to face your own thoughts, your fears, your dreams, your regrets. And in that silence, something remarkable happens. You begin to understand who you really are. No masks, no expectations, no pressure to impress anyone. Just you, the real you. That's why many artists, writers, philosophers, and great thinkers have always valued solitude. Because creativity grows in silence, wisdom grows in reflection, and strength grows when you learn to stand comfortably with yourself. Of course, choosing to be alone is different from feeling lonely. Loneliness hurts because it feels like something is missing. Solitude heals because it feels like you finally found yourself. There's a quiet confidence in someone who doesn't need constant validation. Someone who can sit alone in a cafe, watch the rain, read a book, or simply think, without feeling the need to check if someone is noticing them. In a world addicted to notifications, endless scrolling, and constant attention, choosing silence is almost an act of rebellion. It reminds us that our value isn't measured by how many people surround us, but by how comfortable we are in our own company. So the next time you see someone sitting alone, don't assume they're lonely. Maybe they're resting from a noisy world. Maybe they're protecting their peace. Or maybe they've discovered something that many people spend their entire lives searching for: the ability to enjoy their own presence. Because in the end, the strongest relationship you'll ever build is the one you have with yourself.